Deep in Whispering Woods lived a little green frog with bright, curious eyes. He loved hopping on lily pads and catching juicy flies with his long, sticky tongue. One sunny afternoon, the frog hopped along a narrow path, humming a happy tune. Suddenly, the ground beneath him crumbled.
With a startled croak, the frog tumbled down a dark hole. He landed with a plop in a puddle of cold water at the bottom of a well. "Oh dear," he thought, his heart thumping. "I'm trapped."
The well was deep and dark. The walls were slippery and high. The frog tried to jump out, but he couldn't reach the top. He swam to the edge and tried to climb. He kicked and stretched, but his webbed feet couldn't find a grip on the smooth stone.
Exhausted, the frog plopped back into the puddle. He felt a wave of despair wash over him. How would he ever get out of this well?
Just when the frog was about to lose all hope, he spotted something shimmer in the dim light. It was a tiny silver coin lying at the bottom of the well. The frog had an idea. He remembered seeing humans toss coins into fountains for good luck. Maybe this coin held a bit of magic too.
He swam over to the coin and nudged it with his nose. "Please, little coin," he croaked. "If you have any magic, help me get out of this well."
As if in answer, the coin suddenly felt warm beneath his touch. The frog looked up and noticed something he hadn't before. A small crack ran down the side of the well, almost invisible in the darkness. It wasn't much, but it was enough to give the frog an idea.
"If I can widen this crack," he thought, "maybe I can create enough footholds to climb out." He knew he had to act quickly.
The frog used all his might to push and pry at the crack with his strong legs.
Slowly, very slowly, it began to widen.
He kicked loose small stones, using them as makeshift tools to chip away at the wall.
But despite my efforts, the top of the well still seems miles away.
The frog was exhausted. His legs ached and his throat was parched. He had been working all night, and the first rays of dawn were starting to peek through the well's opening. Despite his exhaustion, the frog refused to give up.
He looked at the widening crack and then at the silver coin, its glow seeming brighter in the dawn light.
Suddenly, the frog noticed something astonishing. The small stones he had chipped away were covered in a faint silvery dust. As he watched, they started to quiver and shake.
Before his very eyes, the stones began to rise, lifted by an unseen force. They floated around him like tiny glowing stars, illuminating the well with a magical light.
Guided by an unknown force, the glowing stones arranged themselves beneath the crack, forming a staircase that reached all the way to the top. The stones shimmered with an ethereal light, casting a magical glow that illuminated the dark, damp walls of the well. Each stone seemed to hum with energy, vibrating gently as they locked into place, creating a path that beckoned to be climbed. The air was filled with a sense of anticipation, as if the very atmosphere was charged with the promise of freedom.
Overjoyed, the frog hopped onto the first stone. His heart raced with excitement, and his eyes sparkled with hope. He had been trapped in the well for so long, and now, finally, a way out had appeared. The stone felt solid and reassuring beneath his feet, a stark contrast to the uncertainty he had felt moments before. With a deep breath, he prepared himself for the climb ahead, determined to reach the top no matter what. It felt cool and smooth beneath his feet, radiating a gentle warmth. The warmth seemed to seep into his very being, filling him with strength and courage. Each step he took felt like a small victory, a testament to his resilience and determination. The stones seemed to encourage him, their glow growing brighter with each step he ascended. He could feel the magic in the air, a powerful force that seemed to be guiding him upwards. He climbed higher and higher with each step. The journey was not easy. The stones were steep, and the climb was arduous, but the frog was undeterred. He paused occasionally to catch his breath, looking up at the light above that grew closer with each passing moment. The well that had once seemed like a prison now felt like a challenge he was overcoming, one step at a time. His muscles ached, but his spirit soared, driven by the promise of freedom.
Finally, with a triumphant leap, the frog hopped out of the well. The moment his feet left the final stone, he felt a rush of exhilaration. The world outside was bright and welcoming, a stark contrast to the darkness of the well. He landed gracefully on the soft grass, his heart pounding with joy. The air was fresh and filled with the scent of flowers, a welcome change from the damp, musty air of the well. He took a moment to savor his newfound freedom, feeling the sun's warmth on his skin, and into the bright morning sun. He was free. The sun's rays felt like a warm embrace, wrapping him in a comforting glow. He looked around, taking in the beauty of the world he had longed to see. The sky was a brilliant blue, dotted with fluffy white clouds. Birds sang in the trees, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. It was a perfect day, and the frog felt a deep sense of gratitude for the magic that had helped him escape. He had escaped the well, thanks to his own cleverness and a little bit of magic. The journey had been long and difficult, but he had persevered. He knew that this was just the beginning of a new adventure, one filled with endless possibilities. With a final glance at the well that had once been his prison, he hopped away, ready to explore the world and embrace the freedom he had fought so hard to achieve. As the frog sat basking in the warm sunlight, he felt a sense of peace wash over him. The gentle rays warmed his skin, and he closed his eyes, savoring the moment. It had been a long journey, and he was grateful for this brief respite. The pond was calm, the water shimmering like 1,000 tiny diamonds. Birds chirped in the distance, and the soft rustle of leaves created a soothing symphony. It was in this serene setting that the frog noticed something unusual. He noticed the silver coin lying on the grass beside him. It was partially hidden under a leaf, glinting faintly in the sunlight. Curious, the frog hopped closer, his eyes widening in surprise. The coin was unlike any he had seen before. It had intricate designs etched into its surface, and it seemed to pulse with a faint, otherworldly glow. The frog's heart raced with excitement. What could this mysterious coin be? He reached out with a trembling hand and picked it up. It no longer glowed but felt warm to the touch. The warmth was comforting, almost as if the coin was alive. The frog turned it over in his hands, marveling at the craftsmanship. He could feel a strange energy emanating from it, a sense of ancient magic. The frog's mind raced with possibilities. Could this coin be a relic from a forgotten era? Or perhaps it held the key to a hidden treasure? The frog's imagination ran wild with excitement.
He realized it wasn't just a coin, it was a magical charm, imbued with powers beyond his understanding. The frog's eyes sparkled with wonder. He had heard tales of magical artifacts, but he had never imagined he would find one himself. The coin seemed to hum with energy, and the frog could feel its power coursing through him. He knew that this was no ordinary find. This coin was special, and it had chosen him for a reason. A reminder of his adventure, of the challenges he had faced and the obstacles he had overcome. The frog thought back to the many trials he had endured. He had faced fierce storms, treacherous terrain, and dangerous predators. But through it all, he had persevered. The coin was a symbol of his resilience, a testament to his strength and determination. It reminded him that no matter how difficult the journey, he had the power to overcome any obstacle, and the importance of never giving up. The frog's grip on the coin tightened. He felt a renewed sense of purpose. This coin was not just a token of his past, it was a beacon for his future. It reminded him that he was capable of great things, that he had the strength to face any challenge. The frog's eyes gleamed with determination. He knew that he would carry this coin with him always, as a reminder of his journey and the lessons he had learned. He decided to keep it as a lucky talisman. The frog carefully placed the coin in a small pouch he carried with him. He knew that it would bring him luck and protection on his future adventures. The coin was more than just a piece of metal. It was a symbol of hope and resilience. The frog felt a deep sense of gratitude for having found it. He knew that it would guide him on his journey, providing him with the strength and courage he needed to face whatever lay ahead.
From that day on, the frog carried the silver coin with him everywhere he went. It became a constant companion, a source of comfort and strength. The frog felt a deep connection to the coin, as if it was a part of him. He knew that it held great power, and he was determined to unlock its secrets. The coin was a reminder of his journey, of the challenges he had faced and the lessons he had learned. It was a symbol of his resilience and determination, a testament to his strength and courage. It became a symbol of hope, reminding him that even in the darkest of times, there's always a way out if you stay resourceful and never lose heart. The frog knew that his journey was far from over. There would be more challenges to face, more obstacles to overcome. But with the coin by his side, he felt ready to face whatever lay ahead. The coin was a beacon of hope, a reminder that no matter how difficult the journey, there was always a way forward. The frog's heart swelled with determination. He knew that he would never give up, no matter what challenges lay ahead. The frog returned to Whispering Woods, wiser from his experience. He had ventured far and wide, faced challenges that tested his courage and wit, and now he was back, carrying with him a treasure trove of wisdom. The forest seemed to welcome him with open arms, the leaves rustling in a gentle breeze as if whispering secrets of their own. The frog felt a deep sense of belonging, knowing that his journey had not only changed him, but would also impact those around him. He shared his tale with everyone, gathering the animals of the forest around him. They listened intently, their eyes wide with wonder as he recounted his adventures. The frog spoke of the dark, damp well that had once seemed like an insurmountable prison, and how he had used his quick thinking to find a way out. He described the moments of doubt and fear, and how he had overcome them by believing in himself and his abilities, teaching them about the magic of courage. He explained that courage wasn't the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. The animals were inspired by his words, realizing that they too could face their own fears and challenges with bravery. The frog's story became a beacon of hope, a reminder that even the smallest creatures could achieve great things if they believed in themselves, and the power of quick thinking. He illustrated how thinking on his feet had saved him time and again, turning potential disasters into opportunities for growth. The animals learned that being clever and resourceful could help them navigate the complexities of life in the forest. The frog's experiences became lessons that they could apply to their own lives, making them more resilient and adaptable.
He learned that even the smallest and most ordinary of things, like a tiny coin, could hold great significance. The frog had found a coin at the bottom of the well, and while it seemed insignificant at first, it had sparked an idea that led to his escape. This taught him that sometimes the answers to our biggest problems can come from the most unexpected places, or a crack in the wall which might seem like a flaw could actually be an opportunity in disguise. The frog had noticed a small crack in the well's wall, and it was through this crack that he had found a way to climb out. This experience taught him to look beyond the surface and see the potential in every situation, no matter how bleak it might seem, can hold extraordinary possibilities if you look closely enough. The frog encouraged the animals to pay attention to the details in their surroundings, to be curious and open-minded. He believed that by doing so, they could uncover hidden opportunities and solutions that they might otherwise overlook. His message was clear: never underestimate the power of observation and the potential that lies within the ordinary.
And so, the tale of the clever frog who outsmarted a well became a legend whispered among the creatures of Whispering Woods. The story was passed down from generation to generation, each retelling adding a new layer of wisdom and inspiration. The frog's journey became a symbol of hope and resilience, a reminder that no matter how difficult the circumstances, there is always a way out if you have the courage to look for it. Reminding them that bravery and intelligence can overcome even the most challenging obstacles. The animals of Whispering Woods carried the frog's lessons in their hearts, facing their own challenges with newfound confidence and determination. The forest thrived as a community, united by the wisdom of the well and the belief that together they could overcome anything.